Hello, konnichiwa, hola, hola everyone, welcome to the stream. My name is Leo, I'm your resident Jimmy Vampire singer and professional simp, and hi! Today we're doing a just chatting. I can't pronounce words today. Hello everyone, hi! That's it, that's all I wanted to say, I guess. I'm in like a weird mind state right now. I cannot explain to you why. I don't know. I just like I was doing stuff before the stream, and then I sat down, prepared everything, and kind of zoned out for like 2 minutes. So yeah, I'm like head empty, no thoughts, something like that, something akin to that, I guess. Hello Tyler, hello Mizuki. I'm ready to stream finally. Yatta. Hello. So, is the background music on? Yes. Today we're gonna be, just chatting a little bit, catching up. Like, I feel like I haven't properly caught up with you guys recently. It's been a lot. I had to wake up way earlier than usual today, and I am like, maybe that's why I'm a little like zoned out, because after all the adrenaline were out, I was just like, hi Metallic Red. Hold on, I can do it today. There we go. Anyway, I'm like, what? My dog was sleeping right beside me. I was gonna say something else and I just forgot. I woke up at 10 a.m. I woke up at 7:30. And that is too early for me right now, especially since I'm still trying to get my sleep schedule back, and last night I think I ended up sleeping at like 3 a.m. or something like that. It's been a lot. Yeah, that's too early. I usually wake up at like 9 because I am not bound by things like school to wake up. And I sleep at like 3, 4, maybe. Depends on the day. And my goal is to get it. 9 is Sunday territory. You're just weird. 11 is Sunday territory. Or maybe I've just like downgraded as the years have gone by. I'm just tired all the time. That's why I want to get my sleep schedule back, but it has been hard. Like it has just gone downhill ever since the pandemic, really. The panini. But 9 is like a pretty usual time for me. Fight the sleep schedule? No, I can't. But my ultimate goal is to like wake up at 8 a.m. every day, which is like, but I wake up at 6 a.m. and it's cool, but we're on Thanksgiving break. Oh, that's right, you guys have Thanksgiving break. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Time flies. Time indeed does fly. Anyways, have fun. I have food that calls for me, but I'll return soon, hopefully. And Wiwi's confused. Thanksgiving is a lie here. Thanksgiving is just not a thing here. Like, it doesn't exist. So I always forget. But happy Thanksgiving tomorrow for people who celebrate it. I hope you have a nice meal. I know that it's like the big holiday where everyone eats aside from Christmas. Like a lot. And families gather. I hope they are nice gatherings and not our usual like family feuds that usually happen in family gatherings. I hope things are nice for you. And I guess I could say one thing I'm thankful for, since we're on the spirit. and thankful for you guys. I've been recently like thinking about like a lot about how much I've grown in the past year, and it's all thanks to you guys. So I guess we could get into the spirit and be like, I'm thankful for you guys, for my little snowbats. And I hope you guys have the people who celebrated, and even the people who don't, that you have a nice day tomorrow. Me too, I forgot Thanksgiving is tomorrow. My sister had to tell me. You know, life just gets so crazy sometimes, or so busy, that you forget things. Like, was it yesterday that I was like, oh yeah, that was on Monday, but as if speaking as if Monday had been a long time ago, and I'm like, wait, that was yesterday. And I've been kind of like, the days have been blending in together. Like, it's been crazy this past week, these past weeks, if I'm being honest. I haven't properly addressed why, because I want the thing that's gonna happen to pass before I tell you. But yeah. But basically, I have, well, part of it, it's not like the complete thing, but part of it is that I have family coming over over the weekend. Originally they were gonna arrive tomorrow, but suddenly they decided that they were gonna stay at a hotel and they're gonna arrive on Friday. And you know, I have no problem with that, but my brain that likes structures already had like like, what's the word for it, acclimated, or I guess, or like adapted to the fact that I was gonna have a lot of people here, and that there was gonna be like a certain dynamic, just like when a lot of family members come over. But that changed, and so that does silly stuff to my structures, and I'm like, but it's actually better that they're not staying here. So I still have to clean because I have other people coming over, but you know, ooh, ad. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. But still, like, when I already have plans and I already know how things are gonna play out, it takes like a little bit for my brain to be like, okay, this is how it's going to be. And then I'm like, okay, sure, I can handle this. And then when plans change, I'm like, now I need to update in my brain that this is not gonna happen, even though it might be better, and I struggle. But yeah. Anyway, my friends loves my dad's mac and cheese, so she comes over to ask for some. Oh, that's cool. What people eat for Thanksgiving? I only know about the turkey, that's like the staple, or like the usual, but and mashed potatoes, which I can get behind on, like, hell yeah. Potatoes in general are good in any presentation. I didn't know some made mac and cheese, but that's fire. I would really like some mac and cheese right now, even though I just had breakfast like 2 hours ago. But what else do people eat for Thanksgiving? I've never really wondered, since it's just really not a thing here. So, interesting thought. Anyway, so what else have I been doing? Well, I've been cleaning. I've been running around doing errands. A lot of errands. I actually have an appointment later today. That I am excited about, but I'm also like, oh my gosh, I need to leave these things ready before I leave. What else have I been doing? I think, well, this week, I think that's been pretty much it. I've also done channel work on the side, but not as focused on that right now. Wait, let me, why is chat? I've been having this problem with chat, and I think you guys already know that it just doesn't update on my end, and I don't know why that is. I have to like get out and then come back in. Mac and cheese, the food of the gods, indeed. You're just in time, Happy. Hello. Yes, we just started like around 10 minutes ago ish. So No worries. Cranberries are too sweet for me, and sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes. What about a baked potato? With bacon? Ooh. And cheese. Ooh. That is delightful. But sweet potatoes are also good. They're very, very tasty. What else was I saying? Cranberries. I don't think I've ever had cranberries. I think you guys make like a cranberry sauce, right? I remember hearing something about that. I never had that. I probably had some other form of presentation of cranberries in the past, but I cannot put my finger on what type of thing would I have had ever that is like a cranberry flavor thing. Anyway, I've also been struggling with school. I think I did tell you guys last week that I was like, hey, technically I'm already free. And yes, technically I'm already free from college. The semester ended on Friday, but my teacher was a little absent during the semester, so they are still grading things. I am still waiting for a grade on my my final project, and they also have not graded a couple of other things. I've had talks with like the coordination of my degree, like the ones that basically administrate the whole like career, like when it comes to like paperwork and other things, and dealing with the teachers. So I've been having that, and it's been not very fun, but but mostly because I'm seeking, you know, to like get my degree via like what they call academic excellency, which is basically have like a score higher than a certain amount, and it all depends on these grades that I'm missing. So you know, I really need that. So it's been stressful in that sense. I've been dealing with that for the past like 2 weeks or so. So I'm hoping it gets resolved. Like, it's really out of my hands at this point. I've done everything I could, apart from like my actual work. So I'm also still not done with my social service, which is part of the requirements to like get your degree. So I am still doing that on the side, quote unquote. More like whenever I get assigned anything. What else have I been doing these past few weeks? I have an essay for class to finish because I talked to my teacher about Vocaloid too much. Well, I mean, you can make your essay about Vocaloid if it's like a free subject, as like you can choose your subject. You can make an essay about Vocaloid. That would be pretty cool, actually. I do remember that when I was in high school, I would just, whenever they gave us like the freedom to do whatever we wanted with like essays or writing an article and all of that, I would just choose whichever interest I had at the moment to make it easier for me. Vocaloid is indeed very awesome. I've been thinking, but I feel like I'm not knowledgeable enough yet to do like a kind of like, oh, introducing you to Vocaloid, or Vocaloid for beginners, but you know, like your classic like this thing for dummies, or for the uninitiated. Is that how you pronounce it? I forget. Yo, Marine, welcome. Glad to see you here. Uneducated? Not quite. I think it's like for the uninitiated, something like that. That's what I did. 3 of the paragraphs done. I even made a community post about it. Ooh. We know that sounds mean. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing something like that. Though I feel like I'm not knowledgeable enough, or at least not anymore, about Vocaloid, because it's been years since I last like made a deep dive into it's not lore, but it's like, you know, everything about Vocaloid, as in like Vocaloids and all of that, because technically at least when it comes to, because you know how there are Utaloids and all of that, but people just generally call them Vocaloids, like everything that has to do with like Miku and all of that, but I mean, and I'm saying all of that a lot, but technically like the main five, which are the ones that give the concerts and stuff in like the what is that event called every year, remember the Magical Mirai and whatever other events they do where they have like the main five, which are Meiko, Kaito, the twins Luca and Miku. They're no longer Vocaloids. Vocaloids was just like the name of the software they used to use for the voice banks and all of that, but I think they've upgraded a long time ago, and so they are technically no longer Vocaloids. And I think that's why in the game, in Project Sekai, they put them as like virtual singers instead of giving them like the quote-unquote group name. But people still know them as Vocaloid because that was what made them like popular. How they got, like, when they got popular, how the name that got popular alongside them is just easier. So yeah, voice bank simple and doesn't need to thinking too much thinking. I mean, at the end of the day, the voice bank is only like doing what you create, right? So it's easier when you're a producer and you don't have anyone to sing, or you don't want to sing yourself. Like how Canaria started. I think they've been doing more singing lately, especially with the Susei collabs, which are great. But a lot of producers just start like that because they either don't want to sing themselves, or they don't have like a singer to perform their work, and that's why they end up going to Vocaloid. And I think that's pretty great, actually. And they eventually either become like producers for other people, or start like their own music careers as singers. You know, like how Hachi, which a lot of people don't know, is Kenshi. Is that Kenshi? I'm pretty sure that's his name, but what is the last name? I always like mix it up. Kenshi Yonezu. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Kenshi Yonezu like used to be Hachi, a very popular producer amongst the Vocaloid community, and then he became like, you know, his own artist. I think he even recently re-released Donut Hole, but with like an MV, which is pretty cool. Brain by Canaria is my favorite song that he sings. Yeah, Brain is the latest one they have, and it's really great. I really like it. I think Sega does that to avoid copyright half the time. Probably, because I think they also don't own the softwares anymore. I don't know. Or they do. I'm not quite sure. Again, like, I haven't really done like a deep dive into everything in a while, because I've been listening to Vocaloid since 2014, around that time. And technically I had already listened to them before, but I didn't know what they were. The fact that what I'm about to say, it's making me feel so old, but whatever. So yeah, like around 10 years. But some of you might be like too young to know this, but did any of you have like a Nintendo DS when they were younger here? Either, I think 3DS was also part of that era, but like mainly a Nintendo DS. I thought you were talking about Hachi the VTuber for a second, got confused. No, I actually don't know who Hachi the VTuber is. Yeah, I got one for Christmas. I had a Game Boy Color. Okay. I think Game Boy is like too far behind for what I'm about to introduce to you as a concept. I was like 9 or 10. Ooh. I'm pretty young, but yeah, I have a Nintendo DS. Okay. So do you guys know then Flipnote? Did you guys like know about Flipnote? Which is, I think it was integrated in the console by default, but you can also access it through the Nintendo DS store, I think. Yeah, that's how I got introduced to Vocaloid, because back then, I think it's no longer, it doesn't exist anymore, but back then, it used to have like a worldwide sharing platform, which was basically that you could share your work that you did on Flipnote with, in a sort of like, kind of like YouTube, but just for the DS, where you could see other people's animation and people could add songs to it and all of that. And that's how I actually discovered, without knowing, Vocaloid. Because there were a couple of very popular animations of Kokoro there. And I'm forgetting the name of that one. It's a like Little Mermaid song from that by Miku. Deep Sea Girl, I think is the name of the song, if I'm remembering right. Flipnote is on my current DS, but I haven't used it. It used to be great. It's like a good way to give yourself like a, or at least that's how I saw it, right? Like a good way for you to get you started in like animation, because it's basically what it's about. You can also just draw like still images, but you could make animations there, and it actually has like functions like for you to do like a step-by-step one where you see like the previous picture you drew, but like slightly with less opacity, so you can like draw over it and all that. Why do I say like a lot? I don't know. I have seen some crazy animations in Flipnote. People were wild. That Kokoro one was a really good one, and you could also download them and edit them, which I think it's like it can be a double-edged sword, but you could also download other people's like Flipnote animations and edit them, and there were a lot. There was a particular series that I liked about like stick figures fighting each other, but I don't remember what it was called. And I think I haven't been able to, I think I did find it at one point in like a sort of compilation video, but it's been a while, so I don't know if it's still there somewhere. I think my introduction to Vocaloid was 50 Vocaloid singing about a duck carnival. Oh no, I don't know which song is that, but that's funny. But I think, yeah, that was like my first introduction to Vocaloid without me knowing what it was, and then it wasn't until I was like, yeah, 13 that I don't remember if a friend of mine introduced it to me or somehow I found something, and then I became extremely obsessed with the Bad and Night series, and it just went downhill from there. And then I found out that like, oh, Kokoro and Deep Sea Girl were Vocaloid songs, and I just didn't know when I was like 8 or 9, something like that. Are those the stick figure animations that were popular in the 90s in internet? I don't know, actually. I don't think so. But it could have derived from that. But yeah. Mine was my sister singing Vocaloid songs at the top of her lungs. We're talking about Vocaloid again? Yes, we somehow ended up talking about Vocaloid. I've also seen some people speculate that maybe Ado will have, since she released a song with Miku not that long ago, that she maybe would have Miku as her, as like a guest on her concert, but I really doubt it. I highly doubt it. It would be cool though. But I highly doubt it. But yeah. I don't even remember how we got into this tangent, but it's fun talking about it. But yeah, I think I don't quite remember how I got reintroduced to it as a teenager. But I just remember being extremely obsessive about it because I have a very obsessive personality, if you couldn't tell. And so I think along the years, this is how I found out that I am very oriented to storytelling. I really hope for Ado and Miku. Miku is grandma age now. Hey! Hey! Miku is younger than me, okay? And technically, she's not grandma age now because because she's 16 forever, okay? So leave her alone. But she's only like what? I know she's over 10 years old, but I think she's like 50 years old, right? When was the 10th anniversary? Was it in 2017? I think it was. Oh no, she's 17. Oh my god. She's 17 years old. Because she released in 2007. Like her boys band got released in 2007, if I remember correctly. So she's like 17 years old at this point. She's almost 20. What? When? Why? So I'm only, yeah, I'm 6 years older than her, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, makes sense. Scratching Melody is a rhythm game that has great Vocaloid. I'm trying to join the team, but to no avail. Oh, I think I've heard. Yeah, I've seen you talk about it. I don't know what it is. Like I didn't know what it was, but now I see. Damn, I'm younger than Miku, 20 years old. Yeah, she was released in 2007. Yeah. Yeah, Miku is 17. So, yeah. Man, why does time fly like that? You know, I remember being told once that once you turn 15, time just starts like flying by, and I thought they're crazy. Like a year is a very long time. And then no, actually I turned 15 and then life just started passing by very fast and I was like, what the heck is going on? Oh, what a big audience number. Hey, Yankee! I'm her age. Oh god. Yes, confused. You're the same age as Miku. Welcome. Anyway, welcome, Yankee! Nice to have you here. Yeah. Wait, you were born in 2007? You're not real. You're not real. No. No. No, I don't like the idea of that. So I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't just realize that. But yeah. I was born in 2006, so I'm a little more socially acceptable. No, you're not. Anyone who was born after 2001 is not. No. I refuse. Nobody's born that late. Exactly. I don't believe the 2000s exist. I'm gonna be delusional. I don't exist. No, there was no one born after 2001. No one was born after 2001. I will live in my delulu. It's not like a bad thing. It's just like it's odd to like imagine just like, oh yeah, there were people born after that. You know how weird it is to go from like, oh, you're the youngest in the group to like you're part of the oldest now? You know how weird that is? No, because you guys are still young. But I mean, I am still young technically. Well, you're not technically. I am still young. But I'm now part of the adult group, and that is like something I'm not used to. And I was like, And I'm like, because everyone always saw me as like the little one, right? Because I was born in August, so I was always like the youngest in the group in general. But I used to like hang out in groups that had like either adults or people that were older than me, especially in like theater. So I was always like the small one, and now I'm no longer the small one. I am part of the adults, and that is like so odd. So that's why when you guys are like, oh yeah, 2007, I'm like, what? The concept of age is kind of scary, and it shows a fear of death. It's stupid, it shows a fear of death. Big in age, small in size. I mean, I still get confused by as a 16-year-old, so hey, I have good genes. But man, when I tell people I'm 23, they're always like, oh, I thought you were way younger. And I'm like, yeah, I know. People tell me that a lot. But yeah. Ooh, coincidence. Nice. I got confused for a 30-year-old when I was 20. Well, to be fair, when I was 14, I wore like a long dress one time, and they were like, are you 18? And I'm like, what? So I think it really depends on people, but nowadays I apparently look younger than I am. I can't really say anything. I don't know how tall you are. I've just heard you you mentioned you're small somewhere. I have not said I'm small. I've just said that I'm average size, which for people like not I was gonna say Tyler, but you're Tyler. No, which for people like Confused, who is a giant, is small, but that is just average size here. Now, then you look at Ibra, for example, in this place where the average is like around, like for males, I think it's around like 175, and he's also a giant because he's like between 185, 190, depending on who you ask. She's a dumb queen. I am not. There are people shorter than me, thank you very much. I am just the average size of a female Mexican, okay? Anyway. My cat jumped up on my bed. Grab the cat. Pet the cat. Give it snuggles. She's the snowbird queen, indeed. Anyway. But yeah. I remember Confused was like, you tiny. Well, he says that Khan's tiny, and Khan's is not. Khan has like a decent height, so I don't know. He's just weird. People over there are very tall, so I guess it depends on. It's just like a matter of perspective, just like in Slay the Princess. But yeah. Hello. Now what? What were we talking about again? Vocaloid. Did I have anything else left to say about Vocaloid? Oh yeah, I was saying that I think that's partially when I started finding out that I was more like that I was leaning more towards like storytelling in things, that I like storytelling more in things, because the songs that I'm usually most attracted to from Vocaloid are those that are like small sagas in itself, like the Bad and Night series. Like I mean, I would say that my favorite producer is probably I forget their name, but it's the same one that does the Bad and Night series, and I don't remember if it's two of them or if it's just one, and that's just the name. Let me just check real quick. Bad and Night. Hitoshizuku Yamasan Kakei. I don't know if they're one people or two, but because it has an X in the middle, so it joins the two words. But they or them are like my favorite producers of Vocaloid, because most of their stuff has like a story behind it. They have Mr. Schadenfreude, which I am probably butchering. They have Bad and Night. They have a lot of series with the twins, but they also have there was another standalone series that was about like a murder mystery. Which one was it? And it's been a while since that one released. And there was like one of like Alice in Wonderland. Oh, the Blessed Messiah and the Tower of, I think it's AI or something. That one is also really good, and that is like a standalone as well. And I like how they make the group sound as a whole when they use all the Vocaloids. And they're one of the rare people that nowadays use Gakpoid. Oh, Feathers Across the Seasons is also a really sad story, but it's really good. Oh, they're also the author of The Wolf Fell in Love with Little Red Riding Hood. Where is this other one that I'm talking about? Oh, it doesn't have an English name, but it's like a murder mystery one, and there's also Party. They have a lot that have like little contained stories inside just one song, and then they have like 3-song, 4-song series which are really good. I mostly like the group songs they made, but yeah. The other producer I like that has like same, well, not the same vibe as in storytelling, but they make very wholesome songs that I really like, is, I don't know how it's pronounced, but I think it's like Hyolosi, something like that. They're pretty great. Stray Kids have been playing on my TV for the last 10 minutes. I've never watched Stray Kids. So, I've never seen it or listened to anything from them. So, I wouldn't be able to tell you about that. But yeah, I think those are like the producers that really introduced me to it like fully. And then I discovered like the popular ones like Wowaka, nowadays Deco 27. There was another one, but I'm forgetting the name. Oh, also the whole saga of the 7 Deadly Sins and everything that derives from that, or that it comes before that, by Neru. I think it's Neru and someone else. Those are also pretty good. Yeah. But anyway, so we talked about what I've been basically doing these past 2 weeks, aside from one thing that I'm not gonna mention just yet. We talk about Vocaloid somehow. All the roads lead to Vocaloid. Their music is actually good. I started listening to their songs. That's maybe a few days ago. Maybe I'll give them a try and see. be. Right now, I'm obsessed with Alien Stage. I kind of forgot about to mention that at one point. I only mentioned it on the server once, and I was like, I'm gonna make it everyone's problem. But so far, I haven't made it everyone's problem. But I really want to make fan art and sing the covers of the songs. But I have plans for that, so I can't do it just yet. There's also probably not gonna be a cover this week. I'll explain in a minute why. But I guess we can get into the announcements since it's been almost an hour. Since you like storytelling in songs, have you tried listening to progressive metal, something like Dream Theater? Not really. Since I've never been too into metal, I haven't really like explored much of that genre. I only really started listening to a couple of things because of a VTuber that I watch sometimes from Whole Stars, who sings, you know, those type of songs. But I could give it a try if there has storytelling. If there's storytelling, blah 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 blah. I can speak. If there's storytelling, I can absolutely give it a try. Hello, Gobama. Nice to see you here. Welcome. It's been a bit. Hi. At least since I've seen you in chat, you could probably totally be lurking and I wouldn't know. But welcome, welcome. Hi, I'm new to your channel. Hello, Taco Cat. Welcome. It's nice and cozy here. We're talking about storytelling in music and Vocaloid. Well, we were talking about that anyway. But yeah, if it has storytelling, I totally give like metal a try. I am not against it or anything. So yeah, I will check it out. I need to add it to my list of things I need to check out and then not forget because I keep forgetting. Probably now that I'm gonna have a little bit more time in the following days, like after this week, I could probably give it a listen. I made a song yesterday, I can share it to you. Ooh, nice. We love creativity here. Hold on, I was like, something caught my eye and I was like trying to get it out. And I'm also very EP. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I guess we can start talking a little bit about the announcements. Did Shivers just say metal? Yes. I knew you were gonna pop back up because of that. It's like, oh no, there's someone confused. But yeah, they said metal. But I guess we can get a little bit into the announcements now. So like I mentioned, there's probably not gonna be a cover this week, and the reason why, it's because said cover that I like, it's already done-ish in the sense of like, I have the art, I have like the template of the video, and I have like, I recorded it, but I'm not the one doing the mixing, so I need to wait for that to be ready in order to like, you know, do everything else that needs to be done. And not only that, but it's gonna be going into streaming platforms. This cover that I'm talking about, I'm not gonna tell you which one it is yet because I want it to be special, but this cover I'm talking about is gonna go on streaming platforms, so I also need to handle that first before like releasing it here on YouTube. Let me close and open chat again because, you know, they summoned me just in time for the announcements. I'm going to do something right now, which is subscribing. Thank you. Thank you. What was I saying? So yeah, the next cover I'm gonna release is gonna also be on streaming platforms, which is why, since the mix is not ready yet, I need to wait for it to be ready and then do the whole process of like uploading it and scheduling it and all of that. Another one joins the group. Indeed. Another set of kneecaps for my collection. Anyway. So yeah. So that's why there's probably not gonna be a cover this week. Aside from the fact that I've been very busy, so I haven't been able to, like, I did prepare things beforehand, so just in case I could like do something quick and get it ready. But depending on whether it is sent to me either today or tomorrow, I don't think it would be ready to go to streaming platforms this weekend, so that's one thing. I also need to sort out a couple of things for a couple of collabs for certain covers that need to get worked on. And I guess part of the announcement in that regard, your channel is growing, yay! More music to listen on Spotify is awesome. Since all your music disappeared there, I haven't been listening as much as I should. Not all of it disappeared. Like the ones that I did are still there. The other ones are the ones that are not longer there. But that was an agreement between me and the person I collabed with, because I did not make those. Really, I only recorded, but I did not make those. So I thought it was only fair for those to be on their Spotify or like on their streaming platforms. But I don't know if they're gonna upload them there or not. I actually still have a collab pending with them that I don't know if it's gonna see the light of day or not. Like I still have to record it and send it to them, and then, you know, see what happens there. But what is my stuff that I did myself, which is the No Longer You cover and the instrumental cover and the Small Mountain Rabbit covers, both English and in Japanese, are on the Spotify. So those are still there for you people to listen to. I guess it is part of the announcements, I do want to release more music there. Like, I do want to make more covers that I'm able to release on streaming platforms for you guys to listen to, you know, on the go. So I need to start working on things like instrumentals and maybe getting better at mixing or other things, you know, that those imply. But here's where the announcement comes. I think that I'm going to be changing how scheduling works here. That does not necessarily apply to streaming, but it does apply to covers, to music. Here's why. I've been doing weekly covers for almost 6 years now. Never mind, we can dream. I'll talk about taking a break in a sec. I'm still debating on a couple of things, but I'll talk about it in a sec. I don't have Twitter anymore. Damn. I only still have it because there are other VTubers there that I like, and there's content that I like artists and stuff. But if it weren't for those, I would be out of there already. I really don't like Twitter anymore. It's not a great place. But because there are still people or like artists and stuff that I like over there, I am still there. But if it weren't for that, I would probably have deleted my account as well. Like, it's just not a great place anymore. But yeah, I do have Blue Sky though, if you guys want to follow me there as well. I mean, I have both, but I'm a little more active on Blue Sky right now because of that. But anyway, back to the point. So when it comes to music, because I want to give you guys more things to listen to on Spotify and all of that, making instrumentals takes time. And I am not an expert. I am still learning. So it's probably going to take me more time than someone who's already experienced. And you might wonder, Leah, but then why don't you ask someone else to do the arrangement? Because it costs money and it's expensive. And right now I can't afford that. I do want to be able to in the future. but right now I can't afford that, so I have to make them myself. And I have like basic knowledge of music theory, and I also want to expand it, so it's a win-win situation in the sense of like I get instrumentals made that I can use for my covers and then not get copyright claims, and then also upload to streaming platforms, and I learn more about this thing that I'm curious about. So that's that. Twitter artists are really cool. Best reason to be there. Yeah, they are. So how would this affect scheduling? Well, I would need more time. And so I think, based on what I've seen recently with my performance and stuff, that weekly covers would not be feasible anymore. Which is something that I have a little trouble with, because I established this as my pace, I guess, since the beginning, and with the goal of never breaking it. But I don't think it's very sustainable anymore. And I'm at a point where I want to value more quality over quantity. And a lot of old covers don't have that. Also because I didn't have like the tools for it, right? But I've improved equipment since, but you know. Do you know Just Dance? I absolutely know Just Dance. I have all the games from 2015 to 2022. Because after, I think 2023 onwards has been just like a Game Pass instead of like a physical release. So I haven't bought them anymore after that because of that. But I have from 2015 up to 2022. So yeah, I do know Just Dance. I really like Just Dance. Anyway, sorry. So I would, again, I have like a little emotional conflict over it, because that is like kind of like the structure that I've been working with for almost 6 years. And breaking it, it's kind of hard for me, in a sense. But I am at a point where I think I do value more quality over quantity, and I want to give you guys better things, I guess. So I would not like change it to like, oh, you get a cover only once a month, which would probably be a more wise decision. But but I don't want music to be so scarce, because it's like my main thing. It's what makes me thrive personally, and it's what I want to build my career on, right? So I don't want it to be so like sparse, but I might change it to like a bi-weekly thing. So like there's a cover, like for example, there would be a no cover this week, but there will be a cover next week, things like that. And maybe if it's too much work, then like one every 3 weeks, right? So it would be something like that. I don't want to do it something so drastic as like, oh, only once a month or whenever I have the time, because no, that would break my pace and I don't like it. But I would I would like to change it to like at the very least, you know, like a bi-weekly thing. I fully agree with you taking more time. If you want more quality, then that's necessary. We'll be patient and stay supportive either way. I'm glad you're showing the pace. I'm so glad you're slowing the pace down. You need to have time to relax and not have to stress about what next cover is all the time. Plus, get more time to improve my mixing skills here. Try once every 2 weeks, and if it's a little too much, do every 3. Yeah, like that's what I kind of want to try out and see. Because part of the reason why because I have been thinking about this for like the last year, actually. But part of the reason why I like was very hesitant about it is because number one, YouTube is a ruthless place when it comes to the algorithm, that is always changing, and oftentimes no one knows how it works because of how it changes. but usually like if you stay gone for like long enough, it kind of forgets about you and doesn't show your content anymore and makes it harder for visibility and all that, which was part of the main reasons why I was like, you know, maybe not, maybe I just skip this up and see how long I can sustain it. And then the second reason was because well, me in my brain, how my brain works needs consistency, and I felt like if I broke that, I would just like be betraying everything I wanted to do here. But that's more like a mental thing than anything else. And then there was another thing that I'm forgetting right now. And the other thing was, what was it? I'm trying to think, but I'm drawing a blank for some reason. There was another reason why. I kind of forgot right now. I don't know why it slipped out of my brain and it's not coming back. But there was another reason why. I was like, I might not want to do this. But I think the main two were those that I had like set a pace for myself and I wanted to stick to it for the rest of time. for some reason, that's just how my brain works. And the fact that the algorithm is like very ruthless when it comes to frequency. But I've seen a lot of channels thrive by just uploading whenever they can or once a month. So I thought, if they can do it, why can't I? And it's not like I'm gonna stop like posting or anything. So I just need more time because I've been going, in a sense, at a breakneck pace since I started. Because for example, like, well, you guys don't see the behind the scenes a lot of the times, but when I started this, I hadn't even started college yet. Not even like, you know how I mentioned in the past that I switched careers, yada yada. I hadn't even started like the first one that I did, which was music school. I hadn't even started that, and because it was not like a decision made on a whim, but it was something that I had been like thinking about, seeing maybe I do it, maybe I don't do it, and then one day I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And I bought the cheapest microphone I could, and I did like a express course on free software like Audacity and Headphone Express, and boom, I started recording and editing, quote unquote, videos. So I would record like 3 songs per day, and by the end of February, I had like a year's worth of content pre-recorded. The newest is Poker Face by Lady Gaga, is SpongeBob one with when? What are we talking about? I told you some of them from the newest series Poker. Okay. We were talking about Just Dance. I was like, wait, what? They added those? Interesting. Just want to mention the quality you have been giving while staying at that pace is natural, very awesome, but please rest too. The algorithm is trying to murder small channels, and it makes sense in a way, but it's still not fun. It's still not fun, but it makes sense in a way. It's kind of like a give and take, because they've also granted like more permissions now, I guess. Like you can start monetizing at a more small number, but not fully, and it still depends on a lot of things. So yeah. your live streams are more than enough for the algorithm gods. See, that's why I after a while I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna be like completely disappearing or anything. It's not like in the past where I didn't stream and there was, if I didn't post a cover, there was literally nothing from me out there. So yeah, anyway, let me just keep reading chat because I feel like I fell very behind. Like me, when a small channel keeps doing something it likes even though YouTube doesn't like it, you know you found quality. Yeah, it's been a little hard to deal with that sometimes because I'm like, I know this is probably not gonna do well, but I really want to post it. Do I take the risk? And I think I understand, I understand why creators think about that a lot, because it's their livelihood, and as someone who's trying to make this their livelihood, it is kind of scary sometimes that you're like, this is not gonna perform well, but I really want to do it, so might as well take the risk, you know? And funnily enough, the things that I've had not a whole lot of faith on have been the things that have gotten most popular. So it's really a gamble out here in the wild that is called YouTube. I think the YouTube algorithm is for small creators over, so every snowball counts. We're at 1.22k already. 2k by December? December is this Sunday. Probably I was a little too ambitious with that goal, but who knows? I might be proving wrong. I don't know. PS, join the Discord server. Yes. The Discord server shows the reality of Leo's dedication. There's no one's better plot in for December, but if not, Leo's gained nearly a quarter of 1k in a few months. Misuki is safe from Discord's wrath. With risk comes reward. Is Discord that bad? It really depends on which communities you join. It can be either one of the coolest places, and it can be also the most nightmarish place ever. Yeah. So it really depends on which communities you join, the people you interact with, because again, with everything on the internet, there's a risk that the person that you're talking with might not be who you think it is. That is a risk I took with Hannah when we met the first time. But fortunately enough, none of us were like your typical guy in the basement ready to kidnap someone or anything like that, but it is, like with everything on the internet, a risk. So December is when? Time is going way too fast. Yes, Sunday, you know, this Sunday it's gonna be December 1st, so yeah. Our server is very nice and very well moderated. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna have a chat with the moderators. Like, it is well moderated so far. Like, she pops in every now and then. Even as busy doing his own thing, so I don't blame him. Same thing with Lulu. But there's gonna be a little bit something there. Anyway, just to make it more consistent, it's like nothing bad or anything. What was I saying? But yeah, so there were a couple of reasons why I was very hesitant about doing this change of like a bi-weekly thing, yada yada. I fear the wrath of the boss and the pocket dimensions too. But I think it would be for the best when it comes to the type of content I create, right? So, and it's also, it's not just because of the fact that I want to give you guys more things to like stream on streaming platforms and all of that. I also am trying to see if by lowering the copyright claims on my channel I can maybe finally give you guys memberships, because you've asked for them for a long time, ever since I got 500 subscribers, which it was when I was supposed to be able to unlock them. But then I found out that it wasn't the case because I have way too many copyright claims. I think half my channel is a copyright claim. With reason, because, you know, I use instrumentals that are not mine. And that's fair. Like, I'm not complaining. It just sucks that that's how it has to be. So maybe by making more instrumentals for myself and then having like these as official covers and not having copyright claims and all of that, I can maybe undo that and be able to open memberships. But hello Epan, welcome. Do my best. I'm just chatting. I'm talking about announcements. So what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Hold on. Okay. So yeah. So because you guys want emotes. And we have a lot of emotes on the server, but it would be fun to chat with emotes. So, you know, that's why I also wanted to do that change. Maybe that way we'll be able to get them. I don't know if it would work. It's not a guarantee, so don't take my word for it. But I've been wanting to give you emotes for a while, so that's why I'm also doing this change. See if it works, and if it doesn't, oh well. We have the server at least for that. So yeah. Now the other part of the announcement, I guess, comes with the fact that I am graduating soon from college. And like I mentioned, Happy, don't die. Don't die, please. We need you. Discord isn't bad, the people on it can be. Let's just say Discord community servers can house illegal. Oh yeah. Yeah. Think the mods need to run from Leo? Nothing's gonna happen to them, don't worry. You should do mods for YouTube. I do technically have mods, but you know, they're not always there. Emotes? Connor would pay it and the fuck you can use it Palace emote, right? So yeah. You said you were done. I was done with what? Hi Pantry. Yeah, so that's it when it comes to the whole bi-weekly change. I don't know when I'm gonna start to implement it, because I remember now the other reason why I was hesitant to do it. Thank you for reminding me. But just that comment. It's because of relevancy. You know how I'm releasing, like, I'm basically an Epic the Musical channel right now. Because they just keep coming out. And he won't stop. Jorge, you better not release the Ithaca Saga on Christmas, because I'm gonna find you and get you. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe, you know, be pals, drink something, because it would be cool. But, you know, please don't release it on Christmas. I am begging on my knees, because I would not be able to react to it right away. And I don't want to have to avoid spoilers everywhere on the internet, because all my feed on TikTok is Epic, and all my feed on, maybe not on Twitter, but on YouTube as well, I get notified whenever he uploads shorts and videos. So I don't want to have to avoid even my Spotify. So I don't want to have to avoid that. So please don't release it on December 25th. Release it earlier, or just release it until next year. Please, I am begging on my knees. That being said, the reason why I keep uploading them like one after the other and all of that, it's because relevancy. Because that helps a lot, even if it might seem like it doesn't. So for example, I want to release covers from The Wicked, not the movie necessarily. I haven't watched the movie, so I don't know which changes they've done maybe to the music. I hope
they haven't changed it a whole lot and made it more popish, because that would be a shame for me personally. But there are a couple of covers that I want to record and release for Wicked, but I want to make the instrumentals myself because I actually have the score here in my house, because when I had the chance to go see it on Broadway, which was amazing, with Jessica Bosk as Elphaba, and Amanda J. Cooper as Glinda. They were amazing. And I got my playbill signed, but that's another story for another day. I bought the score that they sell over there, so I can actually make my own instrumentals with it. But I need time. And the movie released this week, or the last week. So relevancy is important for that as well. I know music is timeless, and people can go back and listen to it whenever they want, and things sometimes just get popular out of nowhere. But that is also like a factor when it comes to like the algorithm and all of that, right? So that was also another reason why I was like holding myself back on that, because I'm like, if I don't release these when they are popular, then they're not gonna do well. But then again, look at my Small Mountain Rabbit cover. That season released like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and it's still very popular. For reasons that are beyond my understanding, because I really did not expect a whole lot of that cover, if I'm being honest. And people loved it. And I'm glad they did. Not just because it did well, but because it apparently brings a lot of healing to people. And people can fall asleep to it. And it has done apparently wonderful things for them. And they sing it to their children and stuff. There's been a lot of things in the comments that I'm like, oh my god. I guess I am doing what I set out to do. Unintentionally. So I am glad that people have found a lot of things, positive things in that one. So, yeah. $13 left for what? Oh my gosh. Ithaca Saga on Christmas means no Christmas break for Leo. It's not even that. I'm not gonna be here for that, because I am never in my house for Christmas. You know why? Because family. That's why. I would be because I'd like to stay here. But no. It would mean that I would not be able to properly like do a reaction until I get back from family, and I don't want that. So please, Jorge, I am begging on my knees. Hold on, let me catch up with chat. The mods are on retirement. I heard Confused wants to be a mod and abuse his powers. Pal's emote would be a mistake. That'd be just the entire chat. You know my rules about spamming though. And I am a ruthless dictator, remember? Just kidding, he'll be very responsible. Tyler lies, I would never abuse power. It's called an addiction. Ithaca Saga jump scare. That was a jumble of words and names that mean nothing to me. I feel death approaching. No! And so do I. You know the rules. And so do I. Hello, Mizuki. Welcome back to the Rickroll, I guess. Now I'm not gonna be able to get that out of my head. Thank you, Pendry. Anyway, so it was relevancy, but we sorted that out, I guess. I am going to be releasing Wicked covers after I'm done with some epic, but they will probably be in December, which is not very Christmassy of me, but you know. I love Rickroll. What a blessing is streaming. Indeed. We have been blessed by the Rickroll. I haven't been Rickrolled in years. Oh my god. Anyway. So. Okay. now that we're back into the whole thing of announcements, and that I am done with the third point that I had forgotten about. Here comes the second-ish announcement, which is, as some of you may know. Oh, so that's what you meant with, I thought you were already done. Like I explained at the beginning, I am technically already done with college, but not quite there yet because there's still paperwork to be done. I have still yet to be graded on some things, which I am waiting on. And depending on that is gonna be whether I get to, you know, get my title, my degree by excellency or not. But we'll see. I hope I do. I think I will, but I am still waiting for my grades that have not been done yet, so yeah. But anyway, that boba tea is probably wine at this point. Here's the thing, I refill it every day, you just don't know. Anyway, so I am graduating soon from college. And so I want to make this my full-time thing. What is this? Music, streaming, and art. Another reason why I want to take a little step back on the covers is because I want to explore more the art side, which I have not been able to because I've been focusing on the cover part or the music part of the channel for all this time. And after I started college, I had even less time to try and do art. For my, like, not just like for posting and for practicing, but also just for myself. I used to do a lot of fan art back in the Panini. And then I stopped because I didn't have time anymore. So I want to get back on that. To do more frequent stuff. You lie, the last covers have phenomenal art and that's a beautiful art and I don't know anymore. I mean, yes, but I guess more like for, yes, I guess more art for myself, but also explore it for, you know, maybe eventually merch, things like that. I want to do commissions, so that also needs time. I have a couple of ideas already in the roster that I want to post to my Ko-fi page, because this is part of the second announcement. Some of you already know, some of you don't. I always put it in the description, yada yada, but still. I do have a Ko-fi page and I have a Patreon. Leo Plush. Okay, Leo Plush is gonna take a little bit longer. I am in talks with someone to see if it would be possible to do something, if not that, something similar, but nothing is set in stone yet. So don't like get hyped, but not too excited just yet because nothing's been confirmed. But I am in talks with someone about it. I have been looking into it like I promised. So you know, get excited but not too excited because I don't know if it's gonna happen nor when. So yeah. Blush is liquid? No. I don't think that's it. Just pray the art block doesn't find you. Sounds like you were stuck in a loop. Yeah, kind of. But yeah. So get 70% excited. I would say more like 30% just for now, because if it does happen, it's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be like a right away thing, but do know that I am in talks about it. I am looking into it, so it's not like it's something that will probably happen, but not in the very near future. Okay, that's one thing. I want to look more into merch that you guys might like because you've also expressed interest in that. And also I just want to do commissions in general of like, you know, like the Padoru commissions that I have on my coffee shop. I like doing that, so I kind of want to lean a little bit more into that. Excitement, it's over 9,000. Alright, I guess I cannot continue, but just do be aware that it would probably take a little bit. And things like that. So that's also part of the reason why I want to slow down on covers, is because I also want to focus on that. I have other projects in mind and in the works that I will not fully disclose, but I will mention it a bit. I'd commission the silliest stuff. I haven't seen that meme. I don't get it. It's from Dragon Ball. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh my gosh. We need to like show you all the memes. But anyway. So I say quote unquote announcement because it's something that I announced once in the past, and then I wasn't able to keep consistent with it because of college. But I do have a coffee page and I have a Patreon. Coffee page is more for like, in my eyes, is more for commissions, shop of like digital goods. Like I have right now the only things that I have are commissions for like casual singing, like things, you know, like, oh, if you want me to do a little snippet of a song you like, here's this option. And I do have the Padoru commissions, which is basically that I draw a character that you like in the Padoru pose and outfit. Just like the one in my cover basically, but you know, a still image, not an animation. And Patreon is, and both things support me. I also have like digital backgrounds for your PC of Saltkun. Do you all remember Saltkun? You know, your original form, the thing you turn into when you touch grass and get hit by the sun because you guys don't go outside like me. I say, assuming everyone is like me. Well, that was the lore anyway, ish. Saltkun, my Leo is actually getting merch to fund her own project Sekai. I wish, but no, probably not. I am trying to do these things to make a living for myself, to make of this my career, but also to get that new PC so we can play more like graphic demanding games. So that is one of the main, that is like my priority right now, getting a better PC. My beloved child. That the Patreon was still a work in progress. Did I miss something? Misunderstand something? No. So here's the thing. Patreon was originally announced, I think last year, something like that, at one point last year. And it was just there, and it was technically already running, but then I grew inconsistent with it because other things got in the way due to college, and so I wasn't able to keep posting things. There was no one there anyway, like at that time, so I just completely stopped it, and then I stopped linking it in my descriptions and stuff because I thought, I can't work on this right now. It's not fair of me to like promote it, because yes, there's content in there, but I'm not like uploading any new things. And so that's why I stopped promoting it for a while, and then I reworked it because I used to have like 3 different tiers with different perks that I wasn't quite sure about, but were like a staple in the community and all of that. And so I revamped it. I've been uploading things there recently, and now I am trying to make like a proper announcement of it here. That is now live again. It is there. It's not in my links yet because I have not been putting it there. But Patreon is now live and running. with 2 tiers this time that I feel are more realistic, as in things that I can actually provide you. Goals are like more realistic. I did 2 tiers for 2 reasons. Number one, because I want there to be like a more affordable option for people because I know not everyone has like spendable like income or anything like that. Unfortunately, Patreon did not let me put like a $1 tier because they kind of let you, but they're insisting on like it has to be $3 and above, because otherwise you're not gonna make like any profit or a lot of profit. So I had to put the lowest one at $3, but the second one is, if I remember correctly, at $5. So there's not much of a difference. And the $3, I still added like a couple of perks for the $3 side, so people don't feel like they're just giving money and getting nothing. But the main perks are for the $5 tier. And I renamed those tiers because they used to have like I used to have 3 and they used to have different names. And now there's just like the glittering snowbat, I think, the main tier, and and the lowest tier is like glittering salt. So very on theme. That the patron, we made that thing. He's on my laptop right now. The sun scares me. The moon is something more my speed. Exactly. See? I'm going to need to learn finances and get a job for all this. We truly are snowbats. We're getting sparkles too? Yes, you're getting sparkles too if you join Patreon. So, and again, this is because I want to make content creation my full-time job. So this will help a lot with that. And also, to be completely transparent, like this will help me financially, personally, first and foremost. But also, you know, to get things like the new PC, better equipment. I've been looking into upgrading my microphone, and other aspects, so audio quality is better. I've had this microphone for about 5 years, and it still works great. But you know, at some point we need to upgrade. And right now I'm not able to do that, but I have been looking into it. And so that would help with things like that. Eventually start delegating more tasks so I have more time to do other things, or to like focus more on certain areas of this, of like the whole channel managing thing. So maybe I could, like, for example, start requesting instrumentals from someone else. I know someone who would like do that for me, like that I would be like, at that point, if I have like the constant income, right, I would be able to pay for them to make instrumentals for me, and that way I would not have to like take away time from maybe other things that I would like to focus on in order to make instrumentals and all of that. So it would help on all those areas. That's why I am doing it, mainly because since I want this to be like my job, I need to like make money, but also because that way it would help with me delegating more tasks. So this nomads have been Twilighted. No, don't say it like that. I don't even like Twilight. But yeah, and there are perks like getting like a special role on Discord. You guys get to listen to works in progress, and also like before they are finished. Also you get access to like the full audio, like the songs, the full audio before it. You can actually download everything. Right, as of right now, every single cover I've ever done on this channel, whether it's like it's been deleted or not, because there are a couple of covers that I've deleted after a while due to the whole copyright thing, and things that I never released but I recorded early on, and art that I've been doing recently for certain covers, like for example the Love in Paradise, not the Love in Paradise, the Not Sorry for Loving You art, which is the most recent one, was posted there before I uploaded the video on YouTube. Same thing with audio, and all of that. you can get access to all of that there. What? Sorry for the side thing, but you were just on time with getting tickets out of Mexico City. Is already sold out. Yeah, I managed to get on the pre-sale. So yeah. What? That toilet was dissing. I don't know what it was, but the story felt rushed, trapped, like it had to be an edgy teen love story instead of about cool vampires and wolves. I mean, that's what the novels are. So, you know, they couldn't really do anything else. It isn't sold out if you get a parachute and glide down into the concert. Your Patreon sounds really worth the money. I hope so. Because I again tried to add a lot of things so it would be like worth your money, because you know money is precious in this day and age. So yeah, so I is that, and also, you know, like shout outs in description or in title and title and card and video card, things like that. I'm probably forgetting a couple things that I added there, but there are a lot of things there. And there's also gonna be like exclusive content, as in things that I record that might never make it to YouTube or might take ages for me to release on YouTube. Like for example, if you had joined last year, you would have had a year early access to the Mr. Showtime cover, because that existed since like July or August, I don't remember exactly when, of last year. And that was uploaded there as soon as I finished like editing it and all of that. And then it didn't make it to YouTube until 2024. So, you know, the Patreon looks cool. I just didn't know if it was finished being revamped. Yeah, like it was finished being revamped recently. That's why I had not said anything about it, and I was waiting until today to have the chance to like actually properly talk about it and tell you guys why and all of that, and be completely transparent as to, like, you know, the reasons why I'm making it and all of that. So that's why I have both. Patreon is more for like support and you guys getting like exclusive content and all of that, and or early access, you know. And Ko-fi is more for like merch things or ideas or commissions, and general support if you guys want as well there. So yeah, that's why both exist, and it is part of this new chapter on this journey. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very scared that this is now gonna be my full-time thing, because I want to make it work, but you know, anxiety and all of that. Being an adult is scary. In general, is not that bad, but it is scary because there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of things. But I want to make this work, so that's why. And I hope you guys are able to support me through it. And you know, if you guys are not able to, because I also know that again, there's people who don't have disposable income, and that is completely understandable and fair. The best way to support me outside of that always is gonna be to watch my covers, to watch my videos, stream my music, join the streams, all of that. That gives views. It's great. Comments on my videos, on live streams, everything is also amazing. Helps with engagement. You have no idea how much it helps with engagement. And sharing it around, telling your grandma, hey, I know you don't know what a VTuber is, but you should watch this because I think it's cool. Anyone you might know that, you know, might enjoy my content, and even if they don't, at least if they get the views, it works. Or engage in any way, shape, or form. That also helps a whole lot, and I appreciate it. Like, you guys have no idea. So yeah. Let me just open the door for my dog real quick, and I'll continue talking about this in a second. I am back. Alt account? What? I love how only things I have on my phone is YouTube and Project Zekai. You don't say. I'm prepping for adult life and I am terrified. Like, I like to talk about things as they are because I don't know. I guess because I had certain expectations in life growing up, and then I realized those things were not real or were not like people painted it out to be when I was growing up. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather tell it like it is. And some people might not like that or might think, oh no, we're doomed. But I like to look at it this way. It is terrifying. I'm very, very scared. But I also know that other people have powered through it and made it. And if they were able to, then why wouldn't I? And I am doing my very best with what I have. And I will continue to do so. And that has beared fruit this year, especially because we reached 1K. We are finally able to monetize, even if I'm not able to get anything from YouTube just yet. Because you have to meet a minimum before they pay you. But we're getting there. I just got my first payment from streaming platforms. And with all of that in front of me, I am not willing to think that it's nothing but uphill from here. And growth and all of that. So, and again, it's all thanks to you guys, and I'm very grateful. I am not about to cry right now. I refuse to cry right now, but I am very thankful. And it's scary, but it's worth it. So, I am not about to cry right now. So yeah, it is. I tell it like it is. But yeah, I am fighting really hard. I am fighting really hard not to cry right now. Anyway, but yeah. So that is part of the announcement. I had something else, but I'm gonna have to remember right now because my brain is very scattered after that. But yeah. I had zero expectations, and I realized the world expected me to be ready and know what I want. I don't even know what I want for my future to be. Yeah, that happens a lot. And even when you think you're 100% sure, sometimes life happens, things change, and then you're like, well, maybe I'm not so sure anymore. Or you can't pursue the thing that you were sure about, and then you're like, now what? It's just how it is. I was 100% sure of exactly how my life was gonna go since I was 11, and then I reached 17 years old and I realized that what I had planned was actually not the way I wanted my life to go. And in that moment I was like, what am I gonna do now? I had no idea. And here I am. So again, given my personality and life experiences, I never thought that I would be doing anything like this because I didn't think myself capable. And it starts from very small things. Like, for example, when I started engaging in fandoms, I thought I would never be able to write fanfiction or make art of anything. I would just be like the consumer, because how could I? I ended up writing like 8 different stories at one point. I ended up making my Instagram full of fan art back in 2020. And then I thought, yeah, YouTube is cool, but I would probably never be able to do it. I've been here 6 years. And then I never thought I would do streams. I've been streaming for 2 years. So, you know, things change. And a lot of times for the better. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but a lot of times for the better. And if you had told little old me that I would be doing this now, she would not have believed you. And she would be like, you're crazy. There's no way. And here I am. So my point with that is life is constantly changing. Sometimes you know what you want and you get it. Sometimes you know what you want and then turns out that wasn't really what you wanted, or it's not exactly how you thought it was gonna be, and your path changes, and that's okay. And sometimes, even though you know what you want, you can't get it just yet, and you have to keep working for it. And people are gonna be very judgy about it, and they're gonna be like, but you said this that one time, and now you're doing this other thing. What happened to that one thing? And why are you not doing this or that? And everyone's journey is different, and you just gotta learn that your only competition is yourself. And that's pretty much it in life, really. So know that a lot of people, most people, do not have their lives together, even if they pretend they do. And even when you have everything planned down to the T, like me, because I am a planner, life just doesn't go the way you planned it most of the time, and you have to learn to deal with that. And sometimes, most times, it takes you to better places than the ones you originally thought were like the best of the best, you know? See. Hello, Echo Shark! Welcome. I'm super laggy, BRB. Have you thought about becoming a therapist? You know, before choosing the degree I'm about to graduate on, or like get a degree on, I thought about psychology and went, nah, I'm not interested in that. That sounds boring. And now, a couple of years later, I realized that I'm actually very interested in the human mind and how we work. I don't think I would like study a degree on it, because I refuse to go back to the system now that I'm about to get out. I want to get out. But I understood that that's why I like psychological horror. I think understanding where we come from and reasons why is what gives us peace most of the time. I'm getting very philosophical right now. But I forgot my point. Hold on. But it wasn't until like very recently that I thought maybe I would have liked that. But back then I was just not interested. So I didn't choose that path. And maybe if I did, I don't know where I would be. But I think it's interesting. I don't really see myself being or dedicating myself to that, but I do know that I would like to learn more about it. And maybe in that right now I'm saying like, I wouldn't want to be a therapist, or I don't see myself as a therapist. And maybe in 20 years I am going to be a therapist. Who knows? At this point, I don't know. But it is something that I now realize that I do find interesting. So again, right now I don't think I would, but who knows? Anything can happen at this point. Leo needs permanent dishes on her desk. Yeah, copyright on YouTube sucks. I can't remember yesterday and people expect somebody to make a life-changing decisions. Yay. Thank you. I think babies have their life together. I admire babies. Yeah, I think up until like 5 years old, you have your life pretty much together in a sense, and then after that, the influence from other people starts kicking in, and it's like, oh, and then you have to rebuild yourself when you're older because it's not up to anybody but you. I think being a therapist would be overwhelming at times. Me too. But that's why therapists have their own therapists as well. But who knows? Psychological horror has been my favorite last time. I also find sci-fi books interesting, plots, perspective, and I'm reading multiple books in a week again. Like you know how much I love to analyze Lay the Princess and how it like it looks like just a fun horror game, but it's actually like deep down just an analysis about relationships and human connections. I think what I like is feeling my brain stimulated. And that is an odd way to say it, but it's like when things are like interesting and make me like think and like, I don't know, try to rationalize it, and there's some like every neuron in my brain like sparks and it's like, ooh, dopamine rush. I think that's why I like equations in math, because it's like, ooh, this is something that I know how to do and it gets me to think and it's exciting. And puzzles in games and all of that. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Is Amnesia psychological horror? I don't know actually. I have never played it. You'll be here with the lava frogs. 12 people here right now. Happy. Have you seen cats? They have it better than babies without the downsides. Too many outside voices, indeed. Whenever someone says psychological horror, I think of Omori. Yeah, kind of. Yes. Horror is humanity's deepest emotion. So yeah, fear is our true self. That's why we like to watch horror stuff. Yee. And I think it's also thanks to a couple of VTubers that I watch that I've also found like an appreciation, not a liking because I don't like playing them, but I find an appreciation for horror games and their stories, because most times it's just about human emotion or human tragedy. And that is scary, isn't it? Confronting yourself is scary. That's the true horror. In real life. That and taxes. Yeah. Anyway. So, back to the topic before I keep on derailing. That's that for the whole Patreon coffee thing. I'm gonna start linking them now in my descriptions after this. So, and I'll try to get it back on my socials. I was also trying to revamp my card, which is the little link I have in my bio where you can access all my links. I need to update that as well, but I haven't done it just yet. So whenever when everything is over this week, I will get back onto that. Big stick in a dream. Brings us to the good old caveman days. I think I'm going to cry when I play it. I actually don't know how I would react. It would probably be like anxiety. And then I think the good-ish part about horror games is that if you die many times, you get used to it, and then it's no longer that scary. Or at least that's how I see it. But what else was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's that for the whole Patreon coffee thing. And I hope to count with your support if you're able to. And now I was gonna go with another thing. Okay, so the other reason why I also want to take a little step back from covers and make more time for myself is because I have plans for another channel. And I've had them for like 2 years. But I had not been able to act upon it. Now I am in the works of 2 videos. Yes, another channel. That is not my secondary channel that is linked here in this channel. That one is more for like, if I ever go back to Twitch and stream there, I would like upload the Twitch stream there like I did in the past. Or if maybe I've thought about making like compilations of certain streams, like for example Omori, Amnesia Memories, A Space for the Unbound, you know, the long series, to make like little video compilations for those, and post them there, because I feel like it would like kind of mess around with the whole flow of covers music here. I want to use that other channel for that. But this third channel, yeah, kind of like highlights. We're at the start of a great empire in the making. You know, I'm not mad, Pat, but I cannot. If he was able to sustain like 5 channels with a team, of course, later on, but you know, in general, I can do it. I am trying to like, you know how they say fake it till you make it? It's kind of, I've thought about it more like gaslight yourself until you're actually, until you actually believe it. Leo will stand on her own. Not that many, but I also don't want to make like 5 channels. But I do, this other channel that I'm talking about, I've been thinking about for a while. Like, it's something that I've been on my mind for quite a long time. And that I really want to do because I think it's fun. And that it would be fun for me and hopefully everyone else as well. And because I like to yap a lot, so it would be, you know, kind of fitting. So yeah, I want to focus on that as well. I want to be able to, like, that one would not have probably like a super regular schedule given the nature of the content that I want to upload there. But I do want to at least get started, you know, the beginning of next year. So I want to start focusing on that as well. And thus, I will need time to focus a little bit more on that. Hello, something like that. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I don't quite. Samu. We're gonna call you Samu. Hi! It's easier for me. Sorry. Electric vehicle. Oh. Hello, electric vehicle. Is this in another language then? Which language? We love languages here. We love learning about languages and cultures. Seems Polish. Polish! Another one! Welcome, welcome. See, Enki, you have other people now. Well, you had another person now, but now you have 2. The Polish community grows, and it's high and mighty. Anyway, welcome, welcome. What was he saying? Oh yeah, so I have had this idea of this, like, other channel for a while. I want to work on it. That's also why I'm taking a little step back from covers. And no promises yet, because of other things that I am working on. But I hope, my goal is to have it get started by January, February of next year. Thank you, thank you. Is it okay if we call you Samo, or will you be more inclined to me calling you electric vehicle, just in English. More workers for the coming war. More kneecaps for my collection. Hehe. And get me with my friends right now, but just want to ask if the watch along is still happening. Yes, it is still happening. I am gonna schedule it for next week because this week I'm not gonna be able to do that. But it is still happening. Do not worry. I do have it in my list of things. It's happening next week. I have yet to determine when exactly. Samo it is then. Just because it's like easier to remember, and I feel like it would be all to be like, hello electric vehicle. Even though that's literally your name. I think Samo is better to remember for me. So Samo. And you're doing all this alone, or do you have a secret team like the mods helping you besides Tyler, of course? I think you know my answer. It's all just me. It's all just me, yeah. Ivna has been helping me with a couple of things and other things, more music related things. And I am extremely thankful for that because he's always so busy. But I don't like school, so I'm always late to streams. Don't worry. But when it comes to this other project, it's just me. And it's probably just gonna be me for a while. But yeah, it's just me. You know me. Are you surprised at this point? Like, let's be real. But yeah. And another thing. You know what's the worst thing in Polish? No? What is it? The Germans. I don't think that's it. And there was another thing. Oh yeah. I also want to start producing original music. There are a couple of things in the works. Nothing concrete yet, but there are a couple of things in the works, so that is also something you can look forward to. And that's also why I need to take a step back from covers. Because in order to produce original stuff, it's a whole different process. But there's that. There's also another thing that is literally a thought I had at 3 AM 2 days ago that I'm gonna do my very best to make it happen. I am not gonna tell you just yet what it is, but it is really something that just spawned into my brain at 3 AM the other day, and I am now dead set on making it happen. So that's that. You know, when it comes to lore related things, you've seen my lore. There was a recent video. There's 3 official like lore videos and hints in a couple of covers here and there. All of that. 3 AM thoughts are so goated, indeed. I am hoping this 3 AM random thought releases on Christmas. Pray that it does. Because it's gonna be a huge endeavor in the little time I have. So that is one thing. Oh my gosh, what is that? What does that mean? Isn't that the... No. Because that one is not Polish. That one is from... The one that I'm thinking is in Welsh. So I was gonna say, isn't that like the longest name of like a city or something? But that one I think was in Welsh. But anyway, when it comes to lore... It's a Polish meme. Oh. I am so sorry. If I knew Polish, maybe I'd get it. I do not get it. Maybe Enki knows, but I don't think he's here right now. Anyway, Yeah, I lost my train of thought for a second then. When it comes to lore, I have a couple of things planned when it comes to videos that I hope release soon ish. And I say ish because there's probably one that would be able to, but another one would be like would take longer. I need to properly storyboard everything, write scripts, yada yada. You know the drill. But I am also working on a bigger thing regarding that you guys will probably not see for a while, but it's still in scripting phase. But I just want you to know that there, and I've let you know through hints in the past before, that there is something bigger in the works when it comes to my lore. Not just the little videos that I do every now and then for it. Actually, the reason why that released last Friday was because that was my last day of school and I was seeing it as my sign of freedom and a special occasion, so that's why. Without telling anyone, but that. How many things can you work at once? We'll see. I've been doing it for a while. I can try. Maybe fail miserably, but I can try. Or just push some things back if it's too much. I am gonna work on getting a healthier balance when it comes to life work schedules. I'm not gonna try to oversaturate myself as much because now the things that I get saturated on are gonna be under my control. This is not gonna be something that I have to do. For example, like college, that I have to turn in this work whether I like it or not. This time I can actually be like, okay, if it's too much, we can prioritize things. I do intend to get a balance, don't worry. I'm not gonna try to overwork myself to death yet. And I just Fixer and Hibana reloaded on expert just now. Oh, nice. I also want to get better at Project Sekai, but that's just a me thing. That's not so much a channel thing. But yeah. So those are things that are in the works. And I guess the final thing that I had on my list to talk about is... What day is today? 27th? Okay. Either next week or in 2 weeks. Not this week. I like the facial expressions I'm doing right now. I have no nose though. Either next week or this week, face reveal is happening. Okay? Why? I want to be able to just upload whatever I want without being like, oh, but what about the whole VTuber thing? It's a secret. I kind of grew tired of that. At first it was because genuinely I did not want to be on camera. Is that lore relevant? No, that's beside the lore. Like me, my actual self is beside the lore. That is not lore relevant. That is just an extra thing. I see how much fun Ibra has just uploading whatever he wants when it comes to like covers and stuff, and when he does his promotional little things. And I suddenly was like, you know what? I want to do that. I want to be able to just one day, if I feel like it, chillax and be there. And it doesn't really change anything. It's still gonna be me. If you've been following me for a while, you've probably seen my face before. Either on social media or here. all of that. But I want to make it like quote unquote official, so there's no like whiplash or anything weird, right? And it's just to give me the freedom to upload whatever I want when I feel like it, right? So for example, when Thunderbringer came out, I really wanted to record me doing it because my model was not gonna convey what I wanted. I like me invisible people. Yeah, there was no way my model was gonna convey what I wanted, and I passed up on that because I was like, well, they're not used to it yet, so it's gonna be weird. Just show up with a face cam someday without any warning. Exactly. Like, that is what I want to do in the future, right? So just like, if I one day don't feel like putting on the model, I just put the webcam and there it is, and that's fine. Just like how when I can't have my model on, I put a PNG because that is easier on my PC. Things like that. And upload those kind of ideas that I had that I wasn't able to do because, or simply uploading a story on Instagram where my face is there because it requires it to be. I don't know. Like things like that. That I didn't feel free to do due to the nature of this thing of VTubing. But after I've been seeing a lot of people either switching from VTubing to flesh tubing. I always find that funny. Or just like have their faces out there but still VTube. Like Sayu, for example. I really like Sayu. How he handles things. AKA Alejandro. Her flesh form is escaping containment. That makes it sound like Vita Cardis, and I don't like that. Anyway, I'm just realizing that my bedsheets are still black and not blue. I did not change that. I'm gonna have to change that. Anyway, the point is I want to be able, I want that freedom, that creative freedom moving forward. Again, that does not mean that I'm just gonna be me or that, you know, a lot of things are probably gonna stay the same. It's just gonna be like whenever I feel like it, there's gonna be like a woof, human jump scare. Ah, but you guys are already gonna know, already gonna know, and it's gonna be like, ugh, you know? Flesh tubing sounds like you're putting flesh in a tube for a pharmacology experiment. Beta Cardis was the goal. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is cool, but it's so disturbing. But yeah. So it's either next week or 2 weeks from now. So you guys are notified and don't get like weirded out, I guess. And it's gonna be, I'm gonna be nervous, but it's just like when I debuted, technically, because I never debuted. More like when I showed off this model, I guess. We could call it my 4D form, in a way, or 3D. I don't know. I don't know dimensions anymore. You haven't seen the episode from a month ago? It's interesting. I'll just say that. It's interesting. Biblically accurately. I guess so, yeah. I mean, there's always a change from animation to person, but I feel like a couple of things you'll find familiar. So I hope it's not that big of a whiplash. But yeah, it's just something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I wasn't sure when. Now I'm sure. And it's gonna happen either next week or the following week. Now when it comes to breaks, I know you guys want me to address that. I just addressed that I'm not gonna overwork myself to death yet. The side eye. Like, Anyway. I know that I mentioned taking a break recently. You're just making an action of adaptation. I'm a mimic. No. What was he saying? Yeah. Funniest idea. Anyway, the point is, when it comes to breaks, I am not gonna be taking a break just yet. I know you guys said that the holidays don't count because it's only like 10 days. I know. I cannot yet disclose why, but I will be taking a sort of break early in the year. I will not tell you just yet when, nor why, but there is going to be a period of time where I'm not gonna be here for a little bit, so I need to prepare things because I don't want to leave you without content. Imagine you would all turn into salt, and that's not good. We need snow beds. 5-month break, you deserve it. Not that long, but I there's a period of time where I will be taking a sort of break, and I say a sort of break because it is a break, but I'm probably gonna be running around everywhere, and you know, like to a lot of places in the same area, so it is gonna be me having fun. It's just probably gonna be stressful in other ways, but it is me taking a break. I hope that makes sense. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. But the reason why I have decided ultimately to not take a break just yet is because there is gonna be the time for it. Just not yet. I will be trying to take it. I'm gonna be trying to take it easy next week, just because there's a lot going on this week. Oh yeah, there's usually lurkers, and I love our lurkers because usually they're either working on other things, so they have me in the background so they can chat. I do it a lot too. I am honored that I am background noise because I use a lot of VTubers for background noise. So for me, that's like the highest compliment. There are people who just don't chat, and that's okay too. I appreciate you nonetheless. Again, that counts as making other things, right? Like if I am just in the background and you're like playing a game, doing something for school, working, etc., it's totally fine. I take no offense. I am honored that I am your chosen background noise, and I completely understand because I do the same. So no worries. You occupy my second screen. Let's go. I don't know how people can have a conversation with background noise. I guess it's kind of like a you zone out, but not quite. Like you're just paying enough attention that it's not distracting your main task, but you're still kind of listening. I do that all the time. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Obama. See, like there are a lot of people here that just lurk, and I am fully appreciative of that. So no worries. That is just magic. Maybe it's ADHD. I don't know at this point. My attention goes back and forth between what I'm doing in stream. Yes. See? Anyway, so yeah. That is mainly the reason why usually like not all of the people that are here talk, and that's completely okay. Like I want to emphasize the fact that I do not like take offense or anything like, or I don't think it's anything bad. So no worries to my fellow lurkers. Don't feel pressure to talk if you don't want to or if you can't. It's fine. You being here is already enough. So thank you. Anyway. Oh my goodness. That is funny. Leo is peak background noise. See? I am peak background noise. Let's go. I've reached peak. I peaked in life. Anyway. I said this was gonna be a short thing, and it's already been 2 hours, almost 2 hours and a half. But I think I did already touch on all the points I wanted to touch today. And we also had some banter in the beginning, which was fun as well. So I think that as much as I'm having fun and I would like to continue, this might be a good place to stop for today. Because like I mentioned earlier, I have an appointment in like 2 hours-ish that I need to get to. I have not had lunch yet. And I still have to clean because I still have people coming over on Friday. So yeah. So I think this is a good place to stop. Again, thanks so much for your support this far. I hope no cleaning, just sleep. I'll sleep on probably Saturday. I'll get proper sleep probably on Saturday or Friday actually. Yeah, just today and tomorrow is gonna be hectic, but I'll probably sleep on Friday and or Saturday. And then after that, we go back to fixing our sleep schedule. So, with that, thank you so much for coming. Thanks so much for being here and giving me a couple of your hours. I appreciate it a lot. This is it for this week. Again, because this week is pretty hectic for me. But I didn't want to leave you guys without streams. Also, I want to remind you, after everything I said, that streams are probably not going to change much. So on that end, you'll still have content. Always. At least until I take my break. And yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will see you. I'll probably take it easy next week because I'm probably gonna be very tired. But I'll let you know as always. There'll probably be a schedule. A more relaxed one, but a schedule. And I'll see you next week. Alright? Reminder that there might not be a cover this week, so I'll probably won't see you until next week. This time, actually. So, yeah. Anyway. Bye-bye, everyone. I'm gonna take you to the ending screen because if not, I keep on yapping. Whoop. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. Have a nice rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you live. Happy time zone, and I will see you next time. Alright? Also, I'll be making polls soon to know which games are gonna fill the slots of the hand cams, and Slay the Princess when it's done. And now that we don't have Mad Father as well. So keep an eye out for that. Anyway, bye bye!